hated Yale my freshman year. I hated it. People would ask me, how's Yale? I was like, oh, it sucks. I'm happy. I like the people here, but this place sucks.
What exactly do I need to understand about you to help me understand kind of who you've become?
Something that my dad did a very good job of instilling in me is what are your aspirations? What are your goals in this sport? And I'll help you fulfill these goals as long as you pursue them, because I can't want it for you. I came into college with a lot of plans that I was holding on really tightly, kind of expecting to play. Had a great camp, was in a good position. In the pregame huddle, coach tells me that I'm not playing the spot I was expecting to play in. That kid played over me, continued to play over me for the rest of the year. That season was one of the first times where football, I didn't enjoy it. That led me to a really, really important moment in my faith. My plans kind of crumbling in my own hands. I didn't know what to do about that. And it really forced me to just surrender my plans to God and understand that there's a bigger purpose for why I'm here. I fell in love with Yale. I fell in love with the opportunity that I have, the blessing I have to be here. This place is super cool. So there's 4 of us that founded Lucky Sunco. Keller and Isaac called me and Austin, because me and Austin were together, they were together. They called us and we're like, guys, we should start a business. All right, we can do something, but we're not gonna do it without God. We're gonna tie this into there somehow. We're like, let's do a clothing company. Let's make it outdoorsy. What are some names we could start brainstorming? We're like, how lucky are we to live the life we live and do this? Right? Yeah, we're all lucky sons. It's all lucky sons. Let's do that. Let's stick with that. All right.
I want to have an interesting conversation with you if you're willing to have it.
Absolutely.
Garon Kemp, welcome to Off The Leash podcast.
Thank you very much, Mason. Glad to be here.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
That's good.
Doing good.
That's good. I'm really excited about this episode. I've been excited for this for a while. As you know, we've talked a lot this year and the past 4 years. But when I think about people at Yale who are really smart with certain things, you come to my mind for 3 reasons. Can you guess them?
No, probably not. I'm flattered. Well, the supplements, maybe.
Yeah, that's one.
Okay. What else? Football.
Faith.
Good.
What's the third?
I'm glad. Supplements, faith.
Lucky son.
It's
easy.
Yeah.
It's easy.
That's what I'd expect.
It's easy. There's no one I know at Yale who's healthier than you.
Thank you.
That's
flattering.
And you know about every single supplement that exists.
Not to the slightest.
And I don't know how that happens.
I regurgitate. I take a lot of information from people smarter than me.
Okay.
And then just regurgitate it the best I understand it, at least.
I think a good place for us to start is talking about your daily health routine.
Okay.
And then we can get into supplements. I'm very curious about many, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
But what does Garon Kemp take every single day?
Okay, I like this. This is a great question because I started tapping into the little supplement world probably junior year of high school. Just started getting some TikTok, Santa Cruz Paleo, those type of things. And so I started experimenting, trying. So I've tried a ton.
I'm getting a call, I think. Are you getting a call?
Oh yeah. It was my my mom's text message. I have my mom and my dad customized text tones, so then it just stays vibrating the whole time, so I don't miss them.
Nice.
So everybody always freaks out when they text.
Shout out, Mom.
I know they're coming up this weekend.
Really?
Yeah, first time since surgery.
Nice.
They're down there.
Nice.
But
what are you doing a day? What are you taking a day?
All right. So I've simplified it a lot because it's very easy to get overwhelmed with a million different supplements that everyone's telling you to take. So I take, in the morning, I have my morning elixir. That's what I call it. I take Optimized Minerals.
Okay.
Shout out Optimized Minerals. They're great. It's a kind of a newer brand, I guess. It's kind of blowing up in the fitness space. But the Optimized Minerals is just a bunch of all natural minerals in the chelated forms that your body needs. We're very deficient in minerals because of just the food. The food that we eat has been genetically modified and just been really, really nutrient, just produced a lot of the nutrients that we need. So the minerals I take every single morning because it's helped my immune system and just overall energy levels. I love it. It's one of the first supplements I took that I notice a difference. So every morning I make a shake. It's just water, but with Optimized Minerals, Optimized Prime, Root Crush, and then some electrolytes. And so Optimized Prime just has it's a one-stop shop. It has all my stuff. So it has collagen, creatine, magnesium glycinate, some B12, and then some aminos. The Root Crush is just an amino mix from Root Brands. It's a solid one that I've really liked taking.
Okay.
And then I take Santa Cruz Paleo electrolytes just for taste because it's a great electrolyte, 1. And then 2, I sweat so much that I can afford taking the electrolytes from the Prime, the Optimized, and the electrolytes from the Santa Cruz Paleo.
Okay. Can we stop there?
Mm-hmm.
We'll go on.
Yeah, that was kind of long-winded for how I said it was simplified, but
It's not simple.
yeah, no.
It's simple for you. You've done it for a long
Right.
time. Optimized minerals. The benefit of optimized minerals is to get things that are not typically in our diet every single day.
They are, and they should be, and we should be intaking them to like the sufficient amounts with our regular diet. But just because of the way that modern food's trending, like we're deficient in most minerals, and the minerals is what our body fuels off of. So like that's what keeps your immune system rolling, your energy levels rolling, like all of that. So optimized minerals, it's essentially a multivitamin, is what it is. Millions of companies have advertised a multivitamin, and they'll usually have it in like a compressed pill, and they'll have all the same ingredients that optimized minerals has, but they'll have the dosages that aren't even like worth taking. They just do it to advertise it on the bottle. The dosages aren't actually what they should be. So optimized is like they're chelated minerals in the correct dosages, which just means they're more like bioavailable, which just means your body absorbs them better. And it's a powder. It's not like a pill or a drink. It's a powder that you just drink with water.
Okay.
So your body absorbs it a lot better. I take it every morning.
So it's like the typical vitamin A, B.
Yeah, it's like a multivitamin.
I take a multivitamin.
What brand?
Thorn.
Okay, Thorn's a great brand.
Thorn Daily
Thorn's
multivitamin.
like that third-party tested. All those buzzwords, they're pretty solid.
So I should keep taking it.
Yeah, you'd probably be fine. Like you don't need to stop and take optimized minerals right now.
Optimized mineral multivitamin. Optimized prime, collagen, creatine.
So the prime is like if I were to like say someone that's starting in supplements, the first like 5 supplements I think you'd need to take is vitamin D3 with K2. K2 just sends it where it's supposed to go. D3 because we're not in the sun enough. Magnesium, either magnesium glycinate or threonate. Either one, you can take both. For the sake of price, probably magnesium glycinate. Creatine, collagen, and then some sort of electrolyte. That's pretty much, as an athlete, that's what I would take. You can take fish oils too, but fish oils are kind of tricky because the average fish oil isn't very good, and most of them, they oxidize, which just means they like spoil. So you have to make sure you get like a nice brand that has good fish oils. So I don't even take it because it's hard to find that brand. It's kind of expensive, and I eat enough fish. I eat a lot of like smoked salmon, so I get like those fatty acids, the omega-3s.
It's a lot. I mean, it's so simple for you. It's a lot.
I know.
Where do I start? Let's stop supplements. Let's go to nutrition. You get you eat very healthy, obviously.
Yeah.
So nutrition wise, you're off campus. Do you have a meal swipe?
No.
So you cook?
Yeah, I cook everything now. Now that I have a kitchen, which I love because I cook most of my food.
Okay, breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Meal prep.
Go.
Okay, so breakfast, most mornings, is just I'll have 4 over easy eggs. I cook them over easy. I don't scramble them.
Why? I've heard.
You're good. You can scramble them. It doesn't matter that much. But the yolk, so like egg yolks are like natural multivitamin, right? So if you cook the yolks, you cook some of the nutrients out. It does. Yeah, you're not gonna burn a bridge over it, but I prefer to have the yolks running because I like it that way anyway.
4 over easy eggs.
Yeah, so I have 4 over easy eggs, blueberries with honey, and usually a couple pieces of sourdough for some carbs. I went through like a phase where I was kind of anti-carb and didn't eat any carbs, like really last summer, and it was fine for me. Like I was great because I was able to eat that way and fuel enough. But since I've kind of adapted more to eating more carbs, just because our workload's so heavy and carbs are your friend. Like you don't need to be scared of carbs. So I eat more carbs now, mostly through like sourdough, sweet potatoes, and fruit. But that's my breakfast. Lunch, typically here, I get the grass-fed beef patties from Costco. So I'll have like a hamburger patty, 2 eggs, some more fruit, like an apple or berries. I love berries. So an apple with honey. And then dinner. I'm super simple. I'm not someone who gets like tired of food. I can eat the same meal a million times in a row. So dinner, usually like once a week, I'll have a steak. I'll just buy them in bulk from Costco, freeze them, thaw one out. I'll have a steak with sweet potatoes and then usually some fruit and honey again. And then my go-to snack or meal replacement is the Greek yogurt, frozen blueberries, and honey. Those are like the staples. I eat those every single day.
It's strict, but it's also simple.
Yeah.
Like in a way. I think now that I know how to eat, it sounds simple.
Yeah.
That you get your protein every meal, you get your carb, and you get fruit and honey.
Yeah.
You get a lot of honey.
I'm a honey fiend, dude. I love honey.
You get a lot of honey.
I got the big wildflower honey from Costco. Like a month ago, it's gone.
Is honey an energy thing?
Yeah, it's both. It's quick carbs, quick energy, tastes good sugars. Like I love it.
So I should start pouring more honey.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely start pouring more honey. Find some raw unfiltered honey back home.
Got you.
We have
Undefeated, never lost. My fault. Sorry. Go ahead.
Bro, did that say ice? Did that whisper ice at the beginning? At the end?
Go ahead.
Undefeated, never lost.
Nice.
Press another one.
Is it just the lit up ones?
Yeah. Oh my God, is that Garon?
Yo, did you? This is nuts.
Too easy.
That's a good one. That's a
Too
two.
easy. T-shirt. Gotta put T-shirt on it.
All right, can I start? Can I start using these?
Whatever you want.
All right,
Those are for you.
Yeah. So honey,
Yes.
absolutely.
Honey, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So your meals are very simple, which is why you add the supplements to make
Right.
sure you fill in these holes.
That's the most important thing about supplements and like getting into the world is they are supplements. So it's like, this guy that I follow always says it's the 3% edge. You have to get your 97% dialed in, and then you can start worrying about this like extra 3 to 5% through supplements. If you don't have your like daily routines, your diet, your fitness, all that dialed in, don't even mess with supplements. You'll just waste your money because you won't notice it.
If I never took a supplement, as I'm an athlete, so if I never took a supplement, would I be okay?
Yeah, you totally be fine. You don't need them. Like you don't need supplements.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need supplements at all. You'll just that's what they are. Is they're supplements on top of an already figured out dialed in lifestyle. So it's that like 5% edge that it makes a big difference for me when I don't take them versus when I do, especially if you have everything else dialed in.
Can you say the 5 one more time? Your top 5 one more time. Top 5 supplements.
My top 5 are vitamin D3 with K2
Why?
because we don't get enough sunlight. Like especially up here in the Northeast, I double dosage when I get here. I usually don't take it in the summer because I'm in the sun all the time in Texas, always getting sunlight. When I'm up here, I definitely supplement it. Like it's just really good for all the functions in your body. D3 with K2. The K2 is it just sends it to where it's supposed to go in your body, so you don't just take it and it just go right through you. Vitamin D3 with K2. Magnesium. Magnesium, I believe, is the supplement we're most deficient in as humans right now. So magnesium glycinate or threonate. Don't just take like a magnesium citrate supplement. Like that's like the generic one that most people will just like grab if they say magnesium. That'll just like clean you out basically.
What does magnesium do for you? What is the purpose?
It's really good for your brain, bodily functions. It's really like there was a time where I was like really dialed and researched all of these and as to why I took them before I took them. And then once I started taking them, I did feel better. I felt those effects, and then I've taken them ever since.
Okay.
So I'd say magnesium, threonate specifically. It's one of the only supplements that crosses the blood-brain barrier, which is like a fancy science term. I don't fully understand what it means, but actually it can get through the bloodstream into your brain. So threonate's really, really good if you want to take it in the morning. Glycinate really helps your sleep. Magnesium's phenomenal for your sleep. It's helped me a lot for my sleep. So I take those two, and you could include fish oil in there if you wanted to. I don't. I'd take creatine and collagen, and then some sort of like electrolyte.
Nice. That's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you get into this stuff?
I don't know. I've always been like into like sports science and how different like nutrition and how supplements affect your body. And so like my TikTok I've formulated my feed to just like be that all the time. So like even if when I'm doom scrolling, I'll still be getting some valuable content through there. So I follow a lot of those influencers, and I just wanted to know what I was taking because nobody else was doing it, and people would ask me these questions, and I'll just kind of be like, I don't know, this guy said it was good. So I wanted to understand like why it was good, and then experimented with a bunch of stuff. Like ashwagandha was a big like fad through TikTok for a while. Went through all that.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's a supplement. It's like it reduces cortisol levels. It's supposed to reduce your stress. It was like the meme was like you turned into Batman because you like felt no emotions, which I don't know if I ever felt that, but I stopped taking ashwagandha because you're supposed to cycle it too. I took that for a while, stopped taking it now. I just never noticed that substantial of an effect, and I wanted to like kind of simplify it a little bit for myself.
Okay.
So I take those. Collagen and creatine are like the biggest things. Yeah. Everyone should be taking creatine, athlete or not. It's so good for your brain and just the cognitive benefits outside of the athletic benefits in your muscles. Like we don't eat enough red meat, especially here at Yale. They're allergic to red meat. They don't serve red meat ever. Yeah. So we're not getting enough creatine. So you should definitely take creatine no matter what.
Yeah. Guess what they had in the dining hall last night?
Red meat.
Lamb.
Really?
I was shocked.
That's good.
It was very good.
It was?
It was very good.
That's nice. Dude, I've eaten the dining hall once this year.
Yeah.
And once or twice for chicken tender Thursday.
Ooh. Yeah. T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Too easy. Last thing you said, college and creatine.
Yeah.
And you started all this junior year of high school.
Yeah, that's like really when I first started.
Do you do this because football, or do you do this just because you like living a healthy lifestyle?
Both. Like football, everything kind of accumulates into the football bucket because that's when I like my biggest aspirations. So like I think about that a lot when I'm working out over the summer and I'm not with the guys. I'm just like doing stuff, and I'm super into all the fitness stuff. I want to like try to do an Ironman and all that. And sometimes I'm curious if after football that like drive and motivation to work out will fade, because I know everything I do right now, even if it's just like a lift, I know like eventually it trickles down into the football bucket. Like it's for football, you know?
Yeah.
So I wonder if I removed that football, if those things would fade. I don't think they would, because I just like the healthy lifestyles.
I want to have an interesting conversation with you if you're willing to have it.
Absolutely.
About football. You're a very good football player, as I've had a chance to see myself.
Thank you.
And you have not had a chance to play yet. How does that make you feel?
Hindsight, it's very, very good for me. It was very difficult, particularly last year. My recruiting process was very different. Ultimately I came into Yale kind of expecting to play, and I did my freshman year. Showed up, had a pretty good camp, earned a spot to like get on the field a little bit, and I played the first couple games, but I played like 4 snaps, like 4 snaps a game. It was like just like garbage time, and I'm not someone who like just wants to be on the field. Like I want to play and I want to contribute if I'm there, right? So I had a questionable conversation with Coach Reno about not playing my freshman year, because I wanted to be able to maintain my redshirt eligibility, because the idea was presented to me by a teammate I had in high school. He went to Cornell, saved his year, and then played as a grad transfer somewhere else. So I asked Coach Reno if I could do that, take that path. I was like, can I not play if I'm not contributing to the team? And I tried to format it in the right way, not in a selfish manner. I was like, as it stands right now, I'm not contributing to the offense, and so I'd like to preserve my eligibility. If we come into a situation, because we had a limited number, that we had a couple injuries my freshman year, I was like, if I need to contribute to the offense, absolutely play me. But if we're going to continue on this trending path where I play 4 snaps at the end of the game, I was like, that's not as valuable as maybe 14 games, full games, as a 100%. Developed player as a senior. So long story short, he ended up saying yes. He said no at first. The first meeting we had, he was like, no, you can't even redshirt. No. Yeah. I was like, oh, shoot, all right. You can't redshirt in the Ivy League. It can qualify if I go somewhere else.
Exactly.
So I went back to his office, said it again. He was like, all right, we'll go with your plan. Still ended up like traveling and stuff freshman year. But because I was taking that path, it wasn't too hard mentally. I was like, it's fine, not playing this year, going to save my eligibility. Fast forward to sophomore year, had a really great camp. I'm going to start tying faith into this, because this was a big testimony shifter for me, because I went into really the Ivy League. I came into college with a lot of plans that I was holding on really tightly, that I had made for myself in my own head. I was going to show up, I was going to do this, it was going to go this way, and my plans were going to prevail. And after freshman year, redshirted, was doing that, came in sophomore year, had a great camp, was in a good position, got my ankle cranked the week before our first game, ended up fighting back and was playing for the first game. I was starting for everything, lost my starting spot, was still expecting to play a lot. The game comes, and then in the pregame huddle, coach tells me that I'm not playing the spot I was expecting to play in. I was like, oh, okay. So he put in a different kid. That kid played over me, continued to play over me for the rest of the year. I really never played again. Nothing. So that was why it was so hard for me mentally, because I had done everything the right way. I approached summer really well. I approached fall camp really well, I think. And my plans were going great, you know. It was like it was going to go to a T how I drew it up. Sophomore year, get some film. That I didn't play at all, but I was healthy. So I was like, what's going on? It was a mental drag for me. It was one of the first times football became like monotonous, because I really love practice. I'm sure you see, like, Coach and I always gets mad because I'm always like dancing. Like, I thoroughly enjoy practice. And that season was one of the first times where football, I didn't enjoy it. I went up to practice. I ran arguably more than anybody on the team all week just to not play at all on Saturdays. And so that was really mentally draining for me, because there was nothing I could do. I felt like I talked to the coaches. I was approaching it the right way, and I just wasn't reaping the benefits, you know? And so that led me to a really, really important moment in my faith, because I'm really plugged into AIA at Yale, Athletes in Action. Last year I was a leader. I led the freshman Bible study. It was really instrumental in my freshman year. Really my favorite part about Yale, to be honest, is that community. But I was talking to my mom, and AIA was extremely fruitful. It was some of the best times in AIA and in my faith. My faith was really, really growing. And so obviously I'm navigating not getting the rewards on the football field that I was expecting to get, and my plans kind of crumbling in my own hands. I didn't know what to do about that. And it really forced me to just surrender my plans to God and understand that like there's a bigger purpose for why I'm here. You know, football is not my identity. There's so much beyond football. Football is a blessing, and it's a great way for me to glorify Christ and show these blessings and these gifts that he's blessed me with. And as soon as it starts becoming more about me, you know, he can take it away like that. I mean, I've gone through numerous injuries that made me aware of that, but I think I forgot it when I got to college and kind of became a little cocky and thought that my plans were going to go the way they did. And particularly one moment, I was on the phone with my mom, and one of my really good friends, Jesse Schutzman, had experienced an ACL tear, ultimately had come to Christ through me and Graham. He didn't know who Jesus was at all. He literally asked Graham, I hope he doesn't care if I share this, he probably doesn't, but he literally asked Graham at a dining hall one day, was like, just like, yeah, hey, who's Jesus?
Wow.
And so he started from there. Fast forward, he's one of the strongest Christians I know. Like, he's in his faith 100%. And that was so encouraging for me to see. And I was just telling my mom that on the phone one day. And she like kind of like laughed and was like, wow, like we really thought like God sent you here for football. And like when she said that, it like clicked in my mind. Like, how could I be so ignorant? Like, obviously that's why I'm here. Like, football's not going my way. It was all crumbling in my hands. AIA and my faith in my community here is just blowing up. It was so fruitful. And so from that, really that conversation on, it's been much easier for me to handle not playing on the field and understanding that I'm here for a greater purpose, and that whatever happens on the field, if I'm on the sideline or if I'm playing, like there's room for me to grow and room for me to glorify Christ through that.
How do you feel in this moment?
This moment, I feel really good. You know, like I had a similar summer, similar story this camp, junior year, you know, came into camp, had the best camp I've ever had, felt the best I've ever felt, the lightest I ever felt, lost some unwanted weight that I gained through Husker. So I felt light, felt fast, was flying around, you know, and then the second scrimmage shattered my thumb, you know, broke it. And obviously that was devastating. Like, you can't sit here and pretend that something like that doesn't suck, because it did, you know. But I was never devastated. Like, I never felt like my heart was like ripped out of my chest. Like, I was like, okay, God, like, what do you want me to learn from this? Like, clearly there's a different purpose you have for me this year. I cried when it happened. Was really emotional when it first happened, but ever since then, you know, I think I've been rolling. It's been great. It hasn't been too difficult of an injury to like get through mentally for me at all. I've been locked in with my faith, with AIA through on the field. You know, this is the first upper extremity injury I've had, so like having my legs to just run is really nice, because like I'm an active person, so like a week doing nothing, I'm like, all right, like I need to go do something. I need to go to the Ben Frank treadmill and run or something. So I think that this year has been a really good opportunity for me, and I've haven't like really skipped a beat. Like, it's been really good.
Interesting. One thing about you is, regardless of what happens, I've witnessed you as a very positive person. There hasn't been many times I see you down, even through these hardships you just discussed. So is that an outward-facing thing, or is that something that you just have worked through to always be positive? You're never – there's not a day I've seen you, like, negative or sad, ever.
It's definitely not an outward thing. You know, like I'm not a faker. I don't fake those type of things. Like, you can manufacture some energy on the sideline sometimes when you need it and you don't have it, but that's very, very genuine, and it's rooted in my relationship with Christ. And whenever I get filled up outside of the field through Jesus, through his overflowing love, like I have so much more to give whenever I come out here and experience life with everybody else. You know, and after that conversation with my mom, even sophomore year, like bigger picture, Yale, I hated Yale my freshman year. You know, like I hated it. I was very positive. I was very happy because I think I mean, naturally a rather positive person. But that was more outward my freshman year. Like, I hated where I was. People would ask me, how's Yale? I was like, oh, it sucks. Like, I'm happy. I like the people here, but like this place sucks.
Interesting.
And that really shifted sophomore year. I had like a full 180 shift. Like, I fell in love with Yale. I fell in love with the opportunity that I have, the blessing I have to be here. Like, this place is super cool. It is. Like, there's thousands of people that would drop everything to be here right now. 100%. And so, like, walking around, looking at the architecture, listening to some of the people that are in my classes, like, I thoroughly started to enjoy it more, and then that just bleeds outward. Like, when you enjoy, this is a conversation I had with one of my AA friends, actually, is whenever you, like, have that perspective shift that I had, and you understand that we're blessed beyond comparison, like, we have so much at our fingertips that so many people don't have, and whenever you can appreciate that and really it not be a drag, whether that be school, homework, like football stuff outside of football, that transition that people talk about with sport of like showing up to the field and putting everything outside of sport aside, Like that's a valuable tool, and I think it's very good.
Mhm.
But whenever you enjoy everything outside of school or really like take pride in it, that transition becomes much easier. So then once you show up at football or your sport, you don't have to like clear your mind out of all that, like that like thankfulness and that gratitude like bleeds over.
Off the Leash podcast is brought to you by Skinletics. Now listen, if you've never used light therapy before, you should have started yesterday. But the good thing is there's still lots of time. It is the best thing for you recovery-wise. If you're an athlete and you like working out, it really helps reduce inflammation. And if you're somebody who just cares about their health and well-being, they have a face mask that's really good for anti-aging and anti-acne properties. I'm gonna put the link in the description. On top of all of that, they make amazing apparel as I'm sporting right now. Listen, if you watch our podcast, if you're a part of the OTL community, you gotta tap into Skinletics. Go ahead, check it out. Hope you enjoy. Let's get back to the episode.
I used to not be very talkative at all in high school.
Really?
Yeah. I think I'd be unrecognizable to a lot of my high school friends now.
Are you? You go home.
I don't hang out with that many of them. Really. Like, I have a pretty solid core of, like, 5 or 6. But, like, even then, it's just, like, 6 or 7.
Too easy. Too easy.
Even then, there's, like, 4 that I really hang out with and see.
Okay. What do they say about you?
Like, at my core, I'm still the same person, but, like, it's a very obvious difference whenever they see me. And we've had some conversations about this, too, because that's one of my favorite questions with, like, back home friends, because I'm lucky to have a pretty good crew back home. And we're just talking, like, have you changed since going to college? Like, some people just, like, grow into more of themselves. Some people completely change at all, like, become a different person. And I'm still the same. Like, at my core, I was into all the supplements, into the healthy lifestyle. But in high school, I was, like, I had, like, 3 friends, and I liked a lot of people, but I didn't hang out with anybody. I had these couple people and kept to myself. Didn't really worry about it. Out here, I'm much more social, much more talkative.
Yeah. You're a social butterfly.
Yeah, I've become that. I was not always.
Yeah, you're a butterfly.
Ah.
Little bit.
Sometimes.
I want to talk about spirituality a bit. We talked in the field. We had that conversation last week, me, you, Zay Beezy. And you said something I never heard before. You mentioned spirituality, and you said if you're a believer or non-believer, you cannot deny the fact that there's a spiritual realm that exists in the world.
Yeah.
And it's super interesting. I've never heard that.
Really?
Please share more.
Maybe. All right. This is a very, very deep topic.
I want to hear it.
Okay, so, I mean, I don't know. I think that everybody is aware, and the Bible talks about there's enough evidence in the world to point towards a creator and something outside of ourselves. Like, there is a God, and then it's not me. That's apparent in nature, in creation, in us. And I think that most people that deny God, whether they believe in Jesus Christ or if they just, like, atheists or anybody that denies a higher power than themselves, don't truly believe that, and it's just an ignorance thing, and they choose to deny it. It's not a lack of evidence. It's a lack of belief. It's a lack of it's an over sense of pride. Actually, it's not a lack of.
Tell me more about that, please.
The pride thing?
What you just said. Tell me more. You said it's a sense of ignorance and pride to not accept that there's a
yeah. So
higher power.
I'm going to talk about this in context of Christianity and Jesus Christ, right? So as a Christian, you acknowledge that we are all sinners. Like, there's a God, it is not me. And there is sin on this earth. There are bad things that happen and that we do, and that separates us from God, right? And so to be a Christian is to recognize the shortcomings in yourself and surrender at God's feet and say, I need a Savior. Like, I need help. And I think that the disbelief in Jesus and in that roots far more in just people's pride and inability to do that than in a lack of evidence and there being a genuine belief that there is no God. I think that everybody knows.
Inability to accept their sins.
Not even just their sins, but their just unwillingness to accept help or to acknowledge that they need help and that they need a Savior and that they need to be saved. The Bible talks about how it's difficult for rich people to be saved for that reason. Like, whether you're self-made, very successful, you've got everything you could possibly want in this life. So, like, who are you to tell me I need God? Like, I'm good. I came from nothing, built an empire, I'm rich, I got everything I could ever want. Like, who are you to tell me that? I think about the Tom Brady interview a lot. You know, it's Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, Super Bowls, everything you could possibly want. And there's this very, very famous interview where he's talking about this, and he's like, it's not it. Like, I don't know. You can win your 6th Super Bowl and go home and lay in your bed and be like, what else? Like, there's obviously something else. And I think that that's consistent. That's obvious for most people. and that gap is obviously God to me. You know.
Mm-hmm. Is Tom Brady a believer? I don't know.
I don't think so. No, that was a genuine question. Like, he's not a believer, and he.
Oh, so he said he.
Yeah, no, this is a genuine interview. Like, it's unrelated to religion. Like, he's just actually like telling people. He's telling the person that's interviewing him like it's not it. Like, there's more. There's got to be more out there. Like, this isn't everything I thought it was gonna be. I gotta show you. We might have seen it before, but.
And for you, your answer, obviously, and like many people, my answer, is God.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, clearly, obviously, it's not. Like, this world will never satisfy you. There's empty promises, things that never fulfill you. Like, that can only be fulfilled by God. I'd say there's a God-shaped hole in everybody's heart.
I know a few people who are non-believers,
Mm-hmm.
and I've had conversations with them about this exact topic because I'm curious to hear. I think I'm a person who is a believer, but I need to be more in touch with my faith.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about this a bit in the past. I need to be better. I talk a lot about wanting to be better, but I've accepted the fact that I need to be better.
Right.
So that's the starting point for me.
Yeah.
I try. I'm working on.
I really love our conversations about this too, because you have that level. Like, you may not be like a follower of Jesus Christ, but you acknowledge that and you believe in God, and you're very insightful and very intellectual, and you understand.
Appreciate that.
Of course. That's why I love having these conversations. That's why I love doing this.
Yeah.
You're someone I really, really enjoy talking to, obviously.
Thank you, Garon.
Of course. And so I think you'll end up following Jesus also. I think that you're such a rational thinker, and you can see how people get from point A to point B and see the transition lines there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're already on that track. Like,
100%.
a lot of the morals that the Bible teaches are like secular morals that are good.
Yeah.
You know, like, you don't have to be a Christian to think that that's a good thing to be doing.
100%. And then going back to these conversations, I talk to these people, and the question I always ask them when they talk about non-believing, I'm like, okay, it sounds really easy to say you're a non-believer when life's good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you necessarily do when in the moments that like you're at a low point? Like, what you're sitting in bed, you're feeling really down on yourself. No one's there to check on you. What do you look towards? And they never, like, I haven't necessarily found like a complete answer when I ask that question. And I think that, you know, as bad as it is that you need, or like sometimes need something to go wrong for you to have a moment to realize, you know, faith and understand that how important it is to dive into your faith.
Absolutely.
That's how it's happened to me. And that's how it seemed to happen to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to get through to people. You know, like, there's a veil over people's faces, and sometimes it takes tragedy, sadly, for that veil to be torn off and removed, and for them to see God. And so that's a hard conversation to have with people that like haven't had that. And be like, no, there's something you're missing here.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they won't listen, but sometimes they're not meant to. Like, sometimes you can just plant a seed, and plant seeds you'll never see grow. You know, Yale football lingo that
shout out
just in the Bible. You know, just plant seeds. Yeah. And that'll grow because they know.
Now, you said you started this, really get into it, with AI and stuff, but it sounds like you've been doing this for a very long time. When did When did you say you started really diving into your faith?
So I grew up in a Christian household. Both my parents were Christian. My older brother was. My faith became real to me pretty early because I just went through a lot of injuries. Some tragedy. I've mentioned it in my brick. I lost one of my best friends junior year of high school, Taden Frickle. You know, he was one of my best friends. We had a really, really good group of guys. We started a Bible study back in 6th grade through the church that I was leading. So I naturally like fell into a leadership role, not because I was a spiritual leader by any means, but because I went to this church and my friends didn't, and they were like offering to put a Bible study together. So I was like, hey, let's do this. So we did that, and we had this group that really bought into it, and we met every Wednesday, and we did that from like 7th grade until this past summer. Like, we still meet, you know, and Taden was a really, really big component of that and of my upbringing in Dripping Springs. And so he passed away July 3rd, 2021, and that's obviously an extreme tragedy, you know. And that was one of the most pivotal moments of my faith, to be like, this is real, and there's no time to waste. Like, I always knew it was real. I'd been exposed to it. I had injuries that like reminded me that like it's bigger than football, it's bigger than sport. But that was one of the pivotal moments where there was a sense of urgency to it. I was like, there is no time to wait. Like, there is no reason to not be all in and buy into this faith. Like, you never know. Tomorrow is not promised. And the excuse that is very common, especially here, is like, we're young. Like, you know, I'll go find God later. Like, I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm not gonna miss out on all the fun things, quote, that you can do in college. When in reality, like, those are all counterfeits for the true joy that is found in Jesus Christ. You know, and so, as I mentioned about sophomore year here at Yale, I think I went through a full spiritual transformation in the past year that I lacked all through high school. It was very real to me. in high school. I was a very strong Christian in high school. I was also in a very big bubble of Christianity being in Texas. Everybody was a Christian. Everybody knew the gist of it. And everybody was lukewarm. They were like Christians, but they didn't behave like it. And so coming up here was the best thing for me because freshman year, people are asking me questions like that I don't even know how to answer. They're so simple that I don't even know how to answer it. Like, and so that allowed me to grow in my faith to be able to answer those questions and then really like lock in. Like I had this conversation with my friend back home, like lock in. Like as a Christian, we're called to be different. That's what we're called to do. We're called to set the example. And there's no room for compromise. Like if there's one aspect of your life that you're living, you can't call yourself a Christian and then on Saturdays be the same as everybody else. Because now someone coming up here, it was really humbling for me because back home, everybody knows it, you know? So then when you come up here, somebody that doesn't know it, they see you on Saturday and you claim it, and now they're confused. Now they're like, well, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean you follow Jesus, but you act the same as all these people? Like, that doesn't make sense.
What are some of the things that you've had to sacrifice or change in your life?
Sacrifice, like, for me, it's one of the most common things is relationships with women, sexual purity, Saturday nights partying, drinking, and even just the conversations that I engage in. That's been a really big factor of me locking in the past year is trying to stop cussing. I was never a big drinker.
Do you drink?
I didn't drink in high school at all.
Okay.
I came to Yale. I drank freshman year.
Yeah.
Way more, not like crazy, but way more than I ever had. And that was one of the big moments where I was like, I kept justifying it and rationalizing it where I was like, I'm not like going and hooking up with girls and stuff, but I'm going to go like have some beers with the boys, you know, like it's fine.
Yeah.
There's no problem with that.
See ya. Too easy. Come on. Too easy.
You know, it's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And to an extent, you know, like I'm not saying drinking is horrible and drinking is bad, but there's levels to it. And like even if drinking's not my vice, if alcohol's not my vice, and I don't struggle with alcohol, if me drinking on Saturday is enough for someone who doesn't follow Jesus to look at me and be like, oh, so I can drink, I'm not going to drink for the sake of that person. Not because I struggle with drinking, but because somebody's going to see me doing that and behaving that way and then be confused. So if it causes your brother to slip, like, don't do it. And so that's something I had to realize after freshman and sophomore year, that I just was living more in the world than I needed to be and that I needed to lock in.
I'm going to cut you off on the you go back to conversations. I've observed you step away from conversations just in general. I've been around you for 3 years, and it's a subtle thing. You don't do it like very noticeably, but I've seen myself be in a conversation, and then I'm like, oh, where's Garon? And I'm curious if that's why.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
And what exactly about conversations are so important to you? Like what are you making sure you're avoiding? You mentioned you don't curse. You try not to curse.
Yeah, I've tried not to in the past year.
And now as I sit here and
called out about that,
think about you, I've realized that you don't curse much. And I need to be better about that.
I mean, I know. Just started not cussing. Like I was cussing like a sailor for me to have to be rebuked, and my friend be like, "Dude, like, you talk crazy." I went back home over the summer because we're in the locker room, you know, like locker room talk. The coaches, like everybody, you can't get away from it. It's casual, especially being in the Northeast. It's an adjective for most people up here. It's not bad. I'm not saying that all like cussing is a controversial topic in the Bible too, but same thing with the drinking thing. Like maybe you don't struggle with cussing, but if someone hears the way you're talking, like there's a level of like there's certain ways to communicate that people like catch up to, you know, and pick up on. And so for that reason, I was trying to stop cussing, and then particularly locker room talk about girls, like whatever it is, Saturday nights, like those type of conversations. I've become very conscious of what I'm consuming and like what goes in my ears because I'm a very, very firm believer in what you consume is what you exude. Like that's what comes out. And so there's some conversations that I'm not going to like blow up that conversation and be like, this is horrible. Y'all shouldn't be doing this. But like that's how you get people to not like you and not like Christianity and think that you're judging them because I'm not at all.
No.
Right, I was there. Like I've done that. Like it's natural. It's what we're surrounded by. But what I can do is remove myself and just not be a part of it and not entertain them at all. Guard my own heart and try to set a good example.
Yeah, I resonate with that. I think that you do probably a lot better job than me at it because it's like, you know, you're surrounded by it every day, and it just becomes a normal. So it's kind of hard.
Right.
But you said relationships. Conversations. What are the other two things? You said two more things. If I am wrong.
About
trying to like sacrifices.
Sacrifices, yeah. So this is a funny thing too. I'll say sacrifices like Saturday nights, like drinking, and then really I think that's the main three. But the funny thing about the word sacrifices is like as you grow in your faith and as you choose to follow Jesus, like these things feel like sacrifices when you're first exposed to them, because a lot of these things are the ways that we have fun. It's just like, oh, you're boring. Like, oh, you're not fun. Like, as you progress in your faith and as you turn away from these things, they become less of sacrifices, and God actually changes the desires of your heart. So you're not these are just things you don't desire anymore. It's not a sacrifice at all. So like all these things that I have, quote, sacrificed, I'm not sacrificing. I just don't desire to do them at all. So it's not like, dang, I really want to go like get hammered tonight. But like, no, like I just that doesn't even appeal to me anymore.
What do you desire to do?
I desire to go hang out with my AIA friends and like get in the Word and have like genuine conversations. Like there's so many better forms of fun that are so much more genuine and so much more fulfilling. Like all of the most common sins, whether that's sex, drugs, alcohol, money, like they're all not bad things. Like at their core,
We talked about this.
Yeah, they're slight counterfeits from God's intention, right? So, if you know this is like the rebuttal to people saying I'll just become Christian later in life. Like you're actually doing yourself a disservice, and you're missing out on the fulfillment of joy that, like a peace that surpasses all understanding. You know, like that's real. Like the joy that only God, you can only find in Christ. Like that's very real, and I've found that like the happiest times of my life have been the furthest away from the quote sacrifices that are no longer really sacrifices, because God's changed the desires of my heart.
That was one of my favorite conversations we had this year, me and you and ZBZ. Because it was like I don't think about those things, and like when you look at it, like you mentioned, you said they don't on the outside they don't seem like bad things, because in a way it's like the way you're, depending on how your brain's wired. We talked about like the celebrities. You could potentially see it as these nice things.
Right.
Like if you're chasing these things, if you're a man who's desires women and you're chasing women, it may seem like at the time a good thing.
Right.
And it's kind of like in a way it's like putting candy in your face or something. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's the biggest thing. That's one of the devil's biggest tricks, is to make people think he doesn't exist. You know, like if they're just blindly going and doing all these things that are fun, like you're not doing anything that's like horrible. You know, like what do you mean this is wrong, this is bad, and I shouldn't be doing this? You know, like why would they change? That's why it's a delicate line. You can't like judge anybody for what they're doing. You don't know what they've been exposed to. You don't know if they've ever heard the name of Jesus before, right? So you can't judge anybody for anything that they're doing. If anything, you can come to them and like say like, hey, like this is a better option. You know, like you'll be so much more fulfilled this way. And that's the conversations. When I talk about how people know, like that's a big thing. Maybe I rely on this to a fault, but for the most part, people know about like God and Jesus, and like people that are curious, you don't have to be up in their face about it and be like, you're sinning, you're going to hell. Like that's probably never going to work ever, and it's going to get the opposite reaction. But just like trying to be a witness and be a good example, like people see it more than you think they do. And some of the best conversations I've had are people that just come up to me and they'll ask, like even on Saturday nights when they're drunk, they'll just come up and like ask, like, hey, like why do you do this? Like why are you hammered right now? I was like, no. Like how are you here and you're not drinking? And then that like all those conversations just kind of like waterfall into more fruitful conversations, because like they notice. Like I don't have to go like rebuke everybody and be like, what you're doing is wrong. You don't need to be doing this. Like they notice.
You're a very disciplined person for many reasons. Part of me is kind of curious about. We're gonna get into more things like Lucky Son a bit later.
I got all that. I love
this. What exactly do I need to understand about like you, your upbringing, to help me understand kind of who you've become? Because I know for you, it's you're this person now, but it's not common. How old are you?
21.
You're 21.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember
I'm
like,
old, dude.
You're not. I'm 23.
I know, I'm so too long.
Kelvin's turning 24 tomorrow. Tomorrow's his birthday.
25.
Yeah, 25.
Congrats,
and like,
I look up to you. You're my uncle for real.
It's just like, if you think about it, it's super interesting because
I missed it. It's fine. Don't.
Oh, you missed it. Got it. T-shirt.
I need to figure out the other ones. Oh, it's
go ahead.
Go
ahead.
This is the one that
undefeated, never lost. Nice. All right.
Nice. The ice kills me. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
You're good. It's interesting because I remember when I was 21. I'm 23 now. I'm not too much older, but 2 years ago I was a lot more immature than I am now.
Yeah, hang out with Dave.
I was with David Pantelis. Watch episode 1 of Off The Leash podcast. Kevin, he was episode 1. He was episode 1. His first one.
Pilot.
Yeah, pilot. And I remember when Kelvin was 21. You probably remember that too.
a long time ago.
Long time ago. But I would say we were not, long story short, we were not who you were at the time. You're very disciplined. You're very mature. Something has to be unique about your upbringing, your family, and to create this level of discipline in you. What am I missing?
I think so. I'll give you a brief rundown. So my parents got divorced when I was 2. I was really young. I have a relationship with my biological father, but my mom remarried to my stepdad when I was very, very young, as far as I can remember. So I've always had 2 parents in the household, as far as I can remember. My stepdad being my father, always there. So I have my older brother, my younger brother. We moved around a lot. I've lived in 12 different houses. Me and my mom. My mom was a single mother for a little bit. We lived in my aunt's guest bedroom for a year in Dallas. We lived in Post, Lubbock, out in West Texas, San Antonio, Austin, Dripping Springs, like a bunch of different houses in Dripping Springs. So I moved around a lot, got established in Austin and Dripping Springs, and some of my best friends to this day are friends that I was in kindergarten with, friends I started Lucky Sun with. We were in the same kindergarten class, right? So I had a really good core growing up. Had really good friends, had a really good example in the household through my parents, through my older brother, and always super plugged into sports. Austin Novosad, who was one of my best friends, we were in the same kindergarten class. He's a phenomenal athlete. He plays quarterback at Oregon. So football has been my dream. It's always been my dream. It's always been his dream. So we were kind of a duo, all growing up. And something that my dad did a very good job of instilling in me is what are your aspirations? What are your goals in this sport? And I'll help you fulfill these goals as long as you pursue them. He's like, I can't want it for you. You have to do all of the extra things to pursue this goal, and I will do everything in my power to set you on that path, but I can't want it for you. That was his biggest thing.
If you don't mind me asking, this is
my stepdad.
Stepdad.
But he's the one in my house all the time, so he's providing for me, taking me to practice, doing all these things, right?
Yep.
And so he instilled that into me very, very early. And I was fortunate to have Austin with me the whole time too, who had an equal mindset. And so starting in high school, even before high school, we were both committed to this. We were working out outside of everything. I got plugged into CrossFit because my mom's a baller. She's super athletic. She's a beast. She's been doing CrossFit, marathons, everything. So I kind of got drug along with her once I started taking sports seriously. So I started doing CrossFit when I was in middle school. Had some weight training every week. So I'm doing all the school sports. I'm doing weight training outside of sports, doing football lessons. One of my mentors is Jackson Shipley, who played wide receiver for University of Texas legend, played for the Cardinals for a little bit. So I had really good examples in my life, and I had Austin by my side to show me how to do it too. So all through high school, me and him were kind of like a duo, and we're if we want to pursue college football and this is a career, we have to want it. We have to do everything we want to do. And so I think the conjunction between having good examples, having someone by my side, Austin, also pursuing the right things and doing it faithfully with God as my guidance, and Bible, just following the Bible, doing all that, it just was ingrained into me to just want it. I'm a very intense person too. I love training. I'm big on just get up and do it. I was a big David Goggins guy. Rah.
Can't hurt me.
Can't hurt me. Shut the F up, do it. Just do the work. It's hard work. Everybody does it. You just got to do it. Don't be a little baby. And so I think that mindset just kind of took root and just grew and blew up. And I felt every time I was working out at night when nobody was there, I felt that was gonna pay off, and I felt the best on those nights. That was the best feeling for me. Is doing work that I know nobody else is doing. I really I fed off that. It was super, and I enjoy it too. It's not it's not that much of a grind for me, so I really enjoy it.
Do you still think you have that feeling of intensity?
Yeah. I think that plays into my time here at Yale, because I think I lost that freshman year. I had a conversation with Coach Reno about this actually, because even throughout sophomore year, I think I lost that, and I was not by any means less motivated or less committed to my goals and what I wanted to pursue, but I got more caught up in the extracurriculars, the parties on Saturdays, the outside of football life, and there was just a level of commitment that, had you known me in high school, you would have noticed was missing in college that nobody else would have noticed, but I noticed. And so after I had that epiphany sophomore year, winter, it carried over into the Husker and my sophomore spring, and I had a really good spring. Had one of the best meetings I've ever had with Coach Reno, and just saw that like that shift that was all rooted in my faith. Like that all was all sparked by my mom telling me like, wow, like we really thought you were here for football. You know, like that's not why I'm here. So that allowed me to then dive even further into my faith and just like doing the right things, like just getting the work done and really pursuing this.
You have a different level of intensity compared to other people I watch when it comes to working out and training.
Yeah, I was gonna say, in what way?
No, you have like the way you have like a extra pop to the way you move. You know what I mean? Like when you're running, you're like very light on your feet, you're bouncy. But yeah, I mean that. when you t-shirt. When you're in the weight room.
You say something, Joe?
You say something? Okay.
I just don't know.
When you're in the weight room, like you're moving the weight very quickly. Like you're not. It's like you're moving fast. It's like you have a sense of urgency
like,
that I don't see very often. That's why I was very curious to where I came from, because you don't, when you look around a weight room, everyone's working out.
Yeah.
But like you're working out a little different, if that makes sense.
That's, yeah. I just really like, everyone says like be intentional. It's on the pyramid, you know, but like there's truth to that. Like everybody practices, everybody lifts, everybody like goes and runs outside a little bit. Like it's how you do those things, because you can't get more time, you know, like a lot of the stuff that we have to do is baked into our schedule already. So if you take that for granted and have to do it, like you're missing opportunities there. So I really, back to the Christ thing, I find enjoyment in that. I find fulfillment. And one of the biggest things for me is that like my performance on the field and my ability to work out and to run and to practice, like that's a form of worship for me. Like God's blessed me with these abilities. So like I'm going to do everything in my power to like maximize these abilities to glorify Christ. You know, like to just like slack off and not lift or not run or like nurse an injury in practice, like that's to disrespect everyone that's poured into me to get to this point, whether that be my family, my friends, everybody that's helped me like get up to this point that's believed in me. Like that's a slap in the face to them, because they've helped me get here, and I'm just like, nah, like appreciate it, but like I don't really care that much. And that's also dishonoring God. Like He's blessed you with the opportunity to be here. Like why would you not do that to the max?
Yeah.
You know, like we have motivation that's literally out of this world. Like capitalize on that, use it.
It's interesting watching like people train now, because everyone's like in their way has a different way they go about business. Like I love watching like Nico in the weight room, because he loves isometrics and he's always doing isometric. Yeah. And it's super interesting to watch him. And like, you know, he's very strong. He just does things very differently. Yeah. Used to be
sneaky strong.
Sneaky strong. It used to be super interesting to watch like a guy like Mason Tipton, because like he was a lot stronger than he looked. And it's just interesting to watch like an O-lineman like just throwing around a weight.
Oh my goodness.
And people like you, Nico, like Dave, it's made me change the way I used to like just like lift. I'd look at a team builder play and I just like lift. Yeah. And now it's like when I'm squatting, I'm super intentional about where my feet are. Yeah. My eccentric going down, my burst on the way up. Yeah. Like it's just like super small things that like just watching you all has changed the way I go about my business. Yeah. It's been kind of cool to like, I don't know, watch a little bit.
Yeah, it's been cool. I like lifting with you and Dave. I always like watching y'all.
That was always very fun. Dave's the most interesting guy I know.
Oh, for sure.
I wish we got to get him on the podcast again. We're gonna get it round 2 with him. Yeah. Because the first time we did it, he said no cameras, so we had to do audio only.
You did an audio podcast with Dave. Why did you say no cameras?
Because he didn't have a haircut.
Bad haircut. Yeah.
He didn't get a haircut all season.
I know. It's still too long.
I know. I saw him in Cali. I don't know if
you did.
I went to.
Was that over the summer?
When we interviewed Twitch, the founder of Twitch.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, that was sick. We had dinner with him and Clay Patterson.
Okay. Oh, so that's good. That's a great duo.
It was a very, very fun time. I want to go to Lucky Sun.
Okay.
It's time.
Yeah. For sure.
I might not even ask a question. Like, I'm just going to say the word and I'm going to let you go. Lucky Sun.
Okay. So, I have a really good friend group right from kindergarten. Best friends, grew up together. We're leaving for college. We're all going to different places. Oregon, Connecticut, Texas. We're all splitting up, and this literally started, we had a conversation in May, Isaac and Keller. So there's 4 of us that founded Lucky Sun Co. It was Isaac Rivera, Keller Stafford, Austin Novosad, and myself, right? So Keller and Isaac called me and Austin, because me and Austin were together, they were together. They called us and we're like, guys, like we should start a business. Like we have the facilities, we have the business minds, like we have some good examples. My dad, Austin's dad, Isaac's dad, they're all businessmen, entrepreneurs, very, very business savvy. Like we understand it. We have an opportunity. We have a great very blessed lifestyle to do what we do. Like,
The way it was phrased when we met Justin, so I'm so sorry to cut you off. That's like one of the things I never do anymore. Was called access to intellectual capital, is how he
Okay.
described it. Meaning that you have the access through your resources to have this intellectual realm of just understanding
Yes.
that other people don't have.
absolutely.
You had
Yeah.
that.
Bingo, exactly. That's what we had. And we had this huge opportunity in front of us. We have a phenomenal community through Dripping Springs, right outside of Austin. It's booming. It's blowing up. And playing football, being some like solid recruits to come out of Dripping Springs, like we had a lot of eyes on us. We were like, we can do something, and it would take root, right? So this conversation's in May. We're like, all right, brainstorm, like clothing company.
What year?
23.
May of 2023.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
24. Yeah.
May of 2024.
Yeah, it was 24.
Okay, so last year.
Mm-hmm.
So this is last year.
Mm-hmm. This is last year because we just passed a year. We just passed a year.
Really?
Yeah. So this is 24. Sorry. In my mind I was thinking it was before we got to college, but it was after college. This is 24. May 24. We have this phone call.
Okay.
We like, everyone like, we should start a business. We have an idea. We should invent something. That's the conversation we had. We actually sat down and kind of like talked about it. Like, no, like let's like be for real about this. Let's be serious. Let's do something. Like, all right, let's think. What can we do? We could do clothing company. Like we could do like an outdoor lifestyle brand. Like we live a pretty cool, blessed lifestyle. We're in Central Texas. We're always hunting, fishing, surfing. Like we're always out enjoying it. We're all really plugged into our faith. We're like, all right, we can do something, but we're not going to do it without God. Like we're going to tie this into this somehow. So we know we loved being outside. We know we loved our faith. We were very grateful for the things we had. So we were like, let's do a clothing company. Let's like make it like outdoorsy. What are some names we could start brainstorming? We're like brainstorm a bunch of names throughout. Like, I mean, how lucky are we to live the life we live and do this? We're like, yeah, we're all lucky sons. Like so lucky sons. You're like, let's do that. Let's stick with that. Like, all right. Fast forward to August. Fortunately, my mom has her own clothing company that she had been running for a couple of years with her business partner, Bristol Palin. She runs Boy Heart, so she runs like a southern like women's apparel company.
Really?
So we have we already had that resource like kind of tapped into. Like, all right, this is the process of finding a manufacturer, finding a decorator, getting products, getting samples. We had that like blueprint through my mom. So I was like, all right, we can capitalize on that. So we did. So had the conversation in May, got the name down, had a really good graphic designer that was from our high school that we got in touch with. Got an attorney, drew up an LLC, got official with it, built it, got some designs, did our first product drop in August.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So from May to August, we got the idea, made it a thing, built up an LLC, got our first product launched. And we did it all word of mouth, no website yet, all just through the community, sold out like that. Like they loved it.
Sold out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did 3 hats and 3 shirts. Or 2 shirts. Did we do
T-shirt.
white? No, we did 3. Yeah.
T-shirt.
We did 3. So we did a black, white, gray T-shirt that just said Lucky Sun with our camo on it. We did the camo hat, a white hat, and a golf hat. Sold out.
How many items did you, like, what was the quantity?
I think we did 25 for the hats.
Okay.
And then 60 shirts, 20, I think.
Boom.
Different sizes.
How long did it take to sell out?
Couple weeks, maybe.
Bro, it's so crazy.
I just like that, Wow. So
Wow.
all right, shoot, we gotta do this, So we started building up a website. I built a website on Wix.
You built the website?
Yeah.
Wix. Okay.
Yeah, I built our first website on Wix. We've transitioned to Shop now.
Okay.
Shopify. But we did that. We started just ripping products, ripping ideas, word of mouth, throwing it out there. Started our Instagram. Started posting content. And really in the first 3 months were good. We were like, had a lot of hype. Everybody was buying in. All the family members are buying, so we're getting a lot of like false sales because it's just like my aunts and my grandparents and their grandparents all buying stuff. And we kind of hit a lull a little bit because I'm playing football. Austin's playing football. Keller was playing football at the time. Isaac was kind of like manning it up in Texas. He was kind of solo. So we just kind of hit a lull. It was kind of in the back seat. It was on the back burner. And it was still like really successful for the amount of effort that we were putting into it. So we had another meeting, like board. It's funny I say we have board meetings. It's just like my best friends. We hop on the FaceTime. Like, hold on, I have a board meeting, and we just hop on FaceTime. It's not official at all. Super like super relaxed. But that's fortunate. They say don't do business with your friends. We've had a fair share of like.
That is interesting. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we will. We've had a share of like disagreements, or whatever, but we've ironed it out, and we've got it going. And we've had some conversations like, look, if we're gonna do this, like, let's commit to it. Let's not put this on the back burner. Let's not let this be a fad that we do for a couple months and forget about. So, over the last 3 months, I'd say we really started picking speed up again. We're like, let's get serious. Let's reach out to people. Let's get into shops. So we're in a few like brick and mortar storefronts in the community, around different places. We had a good giveaway, and we're really just trying to like scale up. We just sponsored Farmers Fest at A&M, which is like a music festival they host every year, which is super super fun. Wow. And yeah, we're trying to build a brand because we understand that like the products themselves, like you're not going to invent something new. We're not going to make new clothes that no one's ever thought of, right? People are going to invest in the brand. They're going to invest in the image. They're going to like us, and they're going to want to support us. They're not going to buy this hoodie because it's the best hoodie they've ever found ever, So we've been really focusing on trying to build a reputable brand and really stick to our roots and promote a message of gratitude, of pursuing your faith and getting outdoors and enjoying the creation that God's designed, And so we're trying to really push that and really scale up and make this something that we can really, really do.
This is all really cool. I didn't know any of this. I see you wear it. I thought it started a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy to know it's only been a year plus.
Yeah.
That's
year and some change.
And it's been 3 months of hard work, and then you bit down again, obviously.
Yeah. It was a grind in the summer, because we're firing. It was just a bunch of so much like logistical things that people don't think about, like getting the LLC, finding an attorney, then getting a manufacturer, then finding a decorator, and figuring out where you're going to source from and getting samples. Like there's so much that goes on behind the scenes that people don't really think about. Yeah. That we just kind of got thrown into the fire, and just had to like figure it out.
It's really good you had your mom.
Yeah.
To help you out. I looked in for the pod. I looked in a lot into clothing, just curiosity, and like manufacturers. I worked with Skinletics a bit, so like they're talking to me about manufacturers. It's tricky stuff, and even like with this, like I started an LLC for the podcast, just like you need to. Yeah. And those are all like tricky steps, and they're all like steps that kind of I feel like revert people from actually trying.
Yeah. And you all get real.
You doing that in 3 months is very impressive. So Lucky Sun today. It's what, October 2025.
Yep.
Where are we at? How do we feel?
I feel really good. I feel like we're finally like buying in. It's becoming a priority and not something that's on the back burner. Like we're really pursuing it. We're doing things the right way. We're making more content. We're dropping hoodies soon. We got some lucky little sneak peek. We got those some really nice high quality hoodies, like winter hoodies that say embroidered Lucky Sun on the front, and they have Ephesians 6 on the back. Ephesians 6:11 says, "Put on the whole armor of God. You may be withstand the schemes against the schemes of the devil." Nice. So like that's tying our faith into it. Having the Word of God is powerful, and we want to incorporate that into the brand. So I think the hoodies are going to be really, really cool, really, really big. And then just posting more content, more social media content, more. I want to start doing like devos, like weekly devos, or like different just messages with our faces on it, and like getting people to like plug into the brand more. Yeah.
Well, after you do the initial launch, it's kind of everything. How you market on social media. So it's kind of like the hard work's done in a way. Now it's like, how can we market to get more people bought in?
The hardest thing is just consistency.
Yeah. And that's my role with the podcast is like this business model is literally all about social media. Yeah. Luckily, I like clothing more because if you have a good product, it almost eventually sells itself. Right. Because like the word of mouth, oh my God, where'd you get that from? You have really nice clothes. Like the Lucky Sun clothes are very nice. And, like I've seen like football players buy it, like, our teammates buy it. I see you wear all the time the hats. Like I remember like trainers were talking about it. I feel like it makes it easy for you because you're selling such quality products.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest things we talked about in the beginning. It's like we don't want to like half-butt do this and get some cheapo things.
No.
Like some people have a brand and they make some cheap merch. Like that's not what we wanted to do. We wanted to build a brand and have high-quality products that they can use. It's an outdoor-based brand. We want outdoor lifestyle. We want to promote products that they can actually wear in the outdoors and like get beat up and get dirty, So that's a notable factor that we tried to really commit to.
We're gonna talk a bit. You do like, are you like all aware with the manufacturing process? Yeah. We're gonna talk after the episode. I'm just curious to hear more about it. I don't think it's necessarily talk about it on here.
Yeah, it's fun.
But that's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And then now going to the people you work with. So I work with my best friend, as you know.
Oh yeah.
and you work with 3 best friends.
Yeah.
How's that been?
It was great when we started, because our content is just hanging out.
Yeah.
And filming it. Like, yeah, let's go work and film some content. Let's go to the lake and hang out and surf.
Mm-hmm.
Jump off the dock and jump in the water and swim and go fish. Like that's easy. That's all the easy stuff. The hard part is like, all right, hey, we got 10 orders to package and ship out, and I'm not home. Like, you got to go do this. Like, dude, I did the last 10 orders. Like, it's just like petty, like little bickering that happened a lot at first that we had to get ironed out, and like different commitment levels too with 4 of us, and then 2 of us now playing football and 2 of us not. Like, there's a level of commitment that we can only put in so much time because we have so much time being taken out, and so then we had some points of friction about that. Like, hey, you haven't texted in a week. Like, are you doing this or not? Like, been asking questions like, where's your feedback? So stuff like that was difficult to get ironed out, and we had a really, really good conversation this summer. We were all 4 together for the first time in a long time because it's so difficult. And we just sat down and we talked about it. We're like, look, like this, we're best friends before we're business partners. Yeah. Let's prioritize that. Like, let's not let this be a point of friction for our friendship, So we addressed that, got it ironed out, and then they're like, as we proceed forward, like, this is a priority. Like, let's treat this as a priority. This is a potential future endeavor, and so let's treat it that way, you know. And so we all came to an agreement. We came to a conclusion that we're going to buy into it, and it's been really, really good since then, since this past summer. Because this summer it was just me and Keller. We ran it exclusively by ourselves pretty much. Isaac was in Florida at this church retreat that was really awesome, and Austin was in Oregon playing football. I got to stay home for the summer. For that reason, I was shipping everything out of my room. Packaging orders, shipping them out of my bedroom, had boxes piled up to my ceiling. But us running it, like getting a taste of that. Isaac and Keller are obviously doing it now that I'm out of Texas. But doing that was a good experience, and I think we're in a good spot now.
Your other friends, one's at Oregon, the other 2...
They're both at A&M now. So Keller was in Oregon when we first started this. He ended up quitting football, and now he's back at A&M.
You think this is potentially a full-time gig?
I think so, yeah.
That's so dope. That make you happy?
Yeah, it does. It's cool because Isaac in College Station is like heading it up. Like, he takes the bulk of the work and is really pursuing this. Like, his dad's an entrepreneur, runs his own business, and he's like, I'm gonna pursue this, and I'm gonna treat this as my career, and so we obviously need to do that too. But then I also have my Yale background, so I have connections at Yale that they don't have access to. I have that access to intellectual capital. Yeah. So I was like, I have so many opportunities that I can utilize too. So even if I'm not working for this full time, I can go and pursue something 100%. Through Yale and still have this and put effort into this and put some resources into this and then come back to this after I pursue something through Yale. You never really know. I'm playing it day by day, but.
That's impressive that you all 4 can work together very well. It takes, and I can only imagine that there's been tough conversations. Because another part you mentioned, you talked about the commitment level, but the other part is like everyone has different skill sets.
Exactly.
And at first it's really hard to kind of dive into what you're good at or like make clear what you're good at and what someone else is not good at. But the other part of it, I think back to Kelvin. Our friendship has grown so much because of this. We had a really hard time. There was a point like we were struggling as friendship just because like it's just tough.
It's difficult. Like, you don't think about it until you get into it.
No.
And then you're just like, oh, we're here now.
But then when you have those conversations, it in a way deepens your friendship because you're not having hard conversation on a day to day with a best friend typically because like what is there to talk about? It's hard. But now with this, it's like we've had hard conversations. We have like heart to heart conversations. You know, like that makes things. In a way, a lot deeper. Yeah,
it grows the business and the relationship. That was kind of the idea behind it at the beginning too. Was look, we're all going off to different places. Now we have a point of contact. Now we have a reason to always be in communication because you can get caught up in the life, the schedule, the busyness, And so this is like our core of keeping us together, keeping us tied.
And your mom, you said works.
Yeah, she runs her own business, also called Boy Heart, her own clothing company.
Why do I feel like I've heard of that? Similar to Carhartt, obviously.
Yeah, you probably haven't heard of it outside of me.
Can you spell it?
Yeah, Boy, B-O-Y, Heart, H-A-R-T.
H-A-R-T.
Yeah, that's my great grandpa's name, Boy Heart. So it's my grandma's maiden name.
Really?
Yeah, so that's the brand. Because he was a cattle rancher,
Similar like Gowins.
Yeah.
Similar type of deal.
Very similar vibes.
That's super dope.
Yeah, her business partner is Bristol Palin.
Bristol Palin.
So she's Sarah Palin's daughter. Sarah Palin was the governor of Alaska.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Okay.
Wow. And then Dripping Springs. You keep talking about Dripping Springs.
Yes. The drip.
It's a great name. I mean, saying I'm from Dripping Spring, Texas is really cool. You being able to do that for us, I'm kind of jealous. I'm from Monroe Township, New Jersey.
Jersey. Dirty Jersey.
I know.
That's all right. I hate on Jersey enough.
Yeah. What about Dripping Springs? Do I need to? What about it? You said it's
I love
growing.
Dripping Springs. Yeah, it's blown up.
Mm-hmm.
It's 20 minutes outside of Austin. Austin has boomed in the last 10 years. Like, absolutely blown up, become influencer city, the tech boom. A lot of big tech companies moved there. Apple, Tesla's there now. So it boomed, and then it just bled into Dripping Springs. Dripping Springs is a small town at its core, has small town infrastructure, has horrible traffic now because it can't handle the urban sprawl from out of Austin into Dripping Springs. But at its core, I think we got in right at the right time when it was still like peak Dripping Springs. Now it's kind of overgrown and blown up, but at its core, it's very like small town Texas, genuine people. Everybody knows everybody. For how big it is now, it still feels like a really, really cool small town. It's a 6A high school now. Dripping Springs are going to end up splitting into 2 high schools, which is crazy because whenever we moved there, it was a small 5A. Then it went 5A D2, 5A D1, all the way up to 6A by my senior year, only in a few years. So it's blown up, but I love it. We live far enough from the city to like be in the country. We live on like 3 acres, so my backyard is just like woods. It's got a little creek that runs through it. Nice. So you don't feel like you're in the city, and then I can just shoot over to UT Austin and hang out with some of my friends there, be in the city like that. So I love it for that.
That is cool. You're here now. You're a junior at Yale. You've done some really cool stuff. What? I know what your answer is going to be, but
You do.
What can you credit who Garon Kemp has become today?
I mean, Jesus Christ, my number one. You know, absolutely number one. That's my rock. That's what everything revolves around. 2 is my parents. You know, like I said, they instilled a lot of drive into me. They instilled a phenomenal example, and I couldn't do anything that I've done. I wouldn't be where I am without them, taking me to practices, taking me to lessons, being on sports teams. And 3 is my community, my friends. You know, I have a phenomenal crew from back home that until I got here, I think I took for granted. I didn't realize that when I got to college, everybody didn't have like 8 best friends that they hung out with every day from high school and still kept in touch with. So like those guys in particular, I'm super, super thankful for. My faith grew a lot. We learned a lot through tragedy, through injury, and then my like lucky son, core 4, you know, like Isaac Killer Austin, like those dudes I talk to still every single day. You know, like they've been instrumental in my growth. And then Yale, like I don't even know where to begin with Yale because I have I feel like I have a full life's testimony just from my time here at Yale. Like I've grown so much as a person. Being so far from home, I think is extremely valuable. I think everybody should leave their hometown for college. Like even if you plan on going back, like even more of a reason to go. So like Yale's been extremely impactful and instrumental in my growth as a person and as a Christian and as a friend.
Well, I bet you're going to live a very successful life because the type of person you are. But what would you say would make you a happy person? You're looking back in 30 years. Life's been going well. What does happiness look like to you in this life that you're going to be living?
Dude, this is a great question.
Thank you.
This is a pertinent question because we've been talking about this a lot recently. Because my perspective of happiness has shifted a lot. You know, I think happiness is a choice. One, I went through that through my experience at Yale. You know, I was like, your context doesn't determine your happiness level. I think that's a decision that you make. And then 2, I think that happiness as a Christian is obedience to Christ. I think it looks very different. You know, like success. It's more. I'd say success is obedience to Christ, and that breeds happiness. You know, so like to be happy isn't like a goal. Like I'm not striving to be happy. You know, I'm striving to live a faithful life, make disciples, and serve those around me. You know, and I think that whatever God calls me in, wherever I end up going after Yale, whatever career I pursue, whether that's football, whether that's something outside of football, whether that's through Yale, if I'm doing it faithfully and living with integrity and being the same, no matter my context, like I think I'll be very, very happy.
It's a very nice answer.
Thank you.
It's a very nice answer. Well, thank you. I really enjoyed this.
Thank you.
This was a great conversation.
I really enjoyed this too.
And it's always nice to get to know people I spend every day with a little bit better. Because we talk, but we don't talk like this. So this was really cool.
It's very different.
This was really cool. The next part I'll say is subscribe to Off The Leash podcast.
Of course.
growing
Subscribe
podcast.
to Off The Leash.
Subscribe to Off The Leash. We're growing.
Best podcast in the nation.
Best content, yeah. You had to press it once. T-shirt.
There it is.
There you go. Put on a T-shirt. Subscribe to Off The Leash podcast.
Undefeated, never lost.
Be undefeated, never lose. And until next time.